Good morning, everyone. This is the Group 1 Concept Map presentation.
I am Sandra Amsali and I am going to explain one of the characteristics of Miss Cruel as a best example of teacher. So Miss Cruel is an idealistic person or teacher because she has positive quality. She inspires and believes that very good things can be achieved. She's an idealistic person because she has goal to help her students. She's not just teaching, but she has willingness to help her students to achieve their dreams and make difference in their lives. She is also best advisor and listener. She opens to her students, listens to their story, and gives them advices.
I am Aimee Amabad, and here I am to explain one of the characteristics of Miss Gruel as the best example of a teacher. Miss Gruel is a smart teacher or a smart person. She used techniques in teaching. She used techniques how to take the attentions and interest of her students in learning. With her methods, her students are making a change. She also have this strategy to handle them. Miss Gruel students are aggressive, but despite of that, she used her own strategy to learn her students, like encouraging her students in reading and writing by giving them journals. Her technique is effective because all students wrote down their thoughts, reflections, and feelings every day. As a teacher, we need to learn some strategies, methods, techniques, or procedures that will entice our students to join in our group activities and show an interest in schools. Thank you.
Good day, I am Mary Crystalline Tizan and I am going to discuss about one of Miss Crowell's characteristic in Freedom Writers. Miss Crowell is a empathetic person and a teacher. She always tries to understand her students' emotion and shows sympathy to her students with problems. Because of Miss Crowell's understanding, she was able to gain her students' trust that lead them to have a connection to each others. Her empatheticness results to good and positive to her students.
Hi, my name is Norceline F. Saklet, and today I will be discussing some characteristics of Mrs. Gurul. Loving as a teacher, because the love she have for her class, that she is willing to do everything. She's willing to understand and build connection with them just to gain their trust. That she's willing to take a risk, and loving as a daughter because in the first start of the movie, the way she value the necklace that her father gave to her. I mean, it's a touching from it because she really valued things a lot, that the fact that her father gave it to her. And the next one is hero. For me, she's also a hero because uh, her unexpected ways of teaching, that he find a way to communicate, to connect with her student, that she use music to understand them, that she's willing to understand their different characteristic, and she's willing to, to gain their trust no matter what happen, and awaken the students because because of her unique teaching, she awakened the students' mind perceptions in life, that even though they have the different characteristics, they still have there's still a way for them to communicate and be friends with each other, to build connection, to be understand, to know their worth. Thank you.
Nice day to everyone. I am Emily Julian Francisco, a student of Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English. So now let's talk about um, the characteristic of Mrs. Growell as an ideal teacher. So one of her best characteristic is being an optimistic. So Mrs. Growell showed heroic traits. She stayed optimistic and never gave up, despite of negativity from the students in her class. Erin Growell students came to class feeling hopeless, but Mrs. Growell strove to instill her students with hope. She gave them a new perspective about life. Mrs. Growell achieved greatness and exemplified a truly heroic spirit. At first, she couldn't communicate with her student with such a huge generation gap, but she never gave up. She found a way to fix her students' behavior. She changed them into new person with a new perspective in life. Mrs. Growell is an ideal teacher who didn't lose hope and always confident about the future.
Hi, my name is Felucci C. Dalauyat, and I will be talking about Miss Erin Yu. Miss Crowell is an American teacher known for her unique teaching method. She is also the star behind Freedom Writers. So Miss Crowell has many good characteristics, and one of these is her determination. She possessed determination throughout her journey, and it made an impact on her student. It's her persistent and strong mindset in helping her student to be successful makes her a determined person. This, Despite all the struggle and hardship that she faced, she never quit nor changed her mind because she has a very strong desire to help her student. She is really firm on her purpose, that's why she became successful in helping her student.
I am Joseph Shane T. Perea, and this is what I think about Miss Gruel. For me, Miss Gruel is hardworking. There were a lot of things that happened that tested her, but she works hard to surpass it. She worked hard to hear her students' pain, agony, problems, and help them to solve it. She broke the barrier by thinking of different ways to communicate with them and to prove to the people that did not believe her and her students that they were wrong about the things they said and done to them. And her hard work paid off because her students soon took the right path to a beautiful future that she encourages them to do. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Aisha Di Baterna, 18 years old, and for me, one of characteristic of Miss Growell of Freedom of Writer, she is a fighter because she fights to remain with her student through their 4 years of high school so that she can continue to shepherd them academically, socially, and emotionally. Most of the students today don't graduate due to gang-related violence, surroundings, and drugs. To most people, it would be a nightmare to be forced into teaching that kind of students. However, this was a task of Miss Gruel. Miss Gruel could handle. Gruel was faced with the task of changing 150 troubled students that had nowhere to go. Miss Gruel took this, this as an opportunity to push through instead of giving up like any other teacher would. Gruel demonstrated inspiring and determined character traits throughout her journey of changing the lives of others, making her a hero. Expected to quit, Miss Gruel was able to persevere and not giving up in doing what she loved most, which was to teach. Given 150 students that were bound to be dropouts, she was able to overcome that throughout and change it. Throughout her young life, she has aspired to advance the cause of human rights and has in fact succeeded in making significant changes, especially with the 150 young people whose live instead to follow for years to come. She fights for her student, Despite of all trials in her life, she never gave up on her students' attitude, and she never gave up on the situation that she have. She was able to achieve that by switching the criteria and using her own strategies to create a pathway for her student. She was able to provide a path for her student who at first had nowhere to go. Her thoughts and attributes pursued her students and their peers to push hard because in the end it was proven that it pays off. That's all.
On behalf of Mary Jane Mampawa, I will explain the one of the characteristics of Miss Gruel. So Miss Gruel is a passionate teacher because she has strong beliefs that no matter who her students are, what they do, and what they have been through, they still have a future. She shows her love of teaching and dedication to make difference in her students' lives. She knows how to create effective learning environments in order to increase learning potentials of her students.
I am May Susin. I am going to explain the two characteristics of Miss Gruel as a good teacher, which is the brave and patient. First, the brave. Gruel's strength and willingness to help students against hatred, even though she could have left and avoided all troubles, makes her a courageous and heroic teacher. Although many would have felt defeated after hearing the cost to attend and trip, Gruel was different. Second, being patient. The most important quality that a teacher should have is patience. Gruel, as a good teacher, is very patient with her students and their parents to deal with the same questions and problems over and over again. She never gave up on her students and would try out new ways to help them succeed in school.